So you got your car ceramic coated by us, or you got your car ceramic coated somewhere else, or did it yourself, and now you want to know how to maintain it and how to wash it properly to make sure that the ceramic coating stays intact. So my name is Mike with Reynoso Detailing. I run a local mobile car detailing business in Temecula, California. We detail all around the Riverside County, Inland Empire area, and we do a lot of ceramic coatings. So when we do our ceramic coatings, we either maintain the vehicle or we teach our clients how to maintain the vehicle. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to maintain your vehicle and make sure that you can wash it yourself and keep it looking as good as possible. You know, wheels, tires, paint, glass, everything. You're going to learn how to do it the right way with the right products and tools, and let's get into it. So I know your number one biggest concern is going to be products. What chemicals do I use? What products do I use? I have no idea what to use to maintain my ceramic coated car. So we're going to break that down for you. We're going to show you exactly what products to use. For everybody in Riverside County in the Inland Empire, if you got your car ceramic coated by us, just know that we do offer ceramic coating maintenance kits. So we're going to basically make a kit for you with wash mitts, with towels, with soap, with the wheel and tire cleaner. We're going to have all the products already in a bucket for you, so you know exactly what to use. You have everything that you need. We can make a kit for you, and just ask us about it and we can get one for you. But for everybody else who may not be local to us, you can also order all of the products in the description down below. I'll leave a link with all of the products that we used in this video in the link, and then you can order them from Amazon. So first things first, we have our wash mitts. These are some of my favorite auto fiber flip wash mitts. These have 4 sides on each of them. So with 2 of them, you can make 8 sides. In that case, you only have to use 1 bucket. You don't have to buy 2 buckets, 2 grit guards, and do all of this extra stuff that you don't need to do. You can just get 1 bucket, 1 of these grit guards down here that we have below, and then these 2 wash mitts. So we're gonna put these 2 wash mitts in the bucket. These ones, they are going to be available in our ceramic maintenance kits, or you can order some, like I said, in the Amazon link. If not there, I'll list it somewhere else in the description below. So as you can see, we have our bucket and we have this grit guard, which is actually basically acts like a filter for all of the dirt, the grime that's coming off from the paint. So if we bring back these wash mitts into the bucket, whatever dirt or sand or whatever they release, that will go back into through these grooves, and it will stay down here where the wash mitt can't reach them. So that keeps the wash mitts really clean, so you don't introduce more dirt back to the paint and then end up scratching it even more. And then as for soaps, in the maintenance kits that we have, we'll have something by P&S. It's either going to be this Pro Auto shampoo, or they're actually coming out with a new ceramic maintenance shampoo. Either or, they're both going to be shampoos that we're going to use to maintain the vehicles. So you can use something like this, or if you're familiar with H2O Auto Detail Supply, you can get with like something like this, Diamond Bubbles, also a great shampoo. So the main focus is that it's a soap that is pH neutral, that is not going to strip off any toppers or sealants on top of the ceramic coating, and it's going to be safe for the ceramic coating. You don't want to just beat up the ceramic coating unnecessarily, so you want to use something that's pH neutral, it's balanced. As for water, you know, water in this bucket, we use deionized water. It's not 100% necessary, but it is recommended. Some form of filtered water is recommended. If you don't have your own filtered water at home, you can get some type of small DI tank. I can recommend some down below in the description where you can check them out, and then you can filter your own water. The biggest thing is that when you filter water, it removes all of the minerals from the water. In that case, you won't be able to get water spots on your paint. So if you do want to avoid getting water spots, it does help out a lot, you know, because you can really save yourself some time. You know, if you do happen to wash in the sun and you get some water spots, you have to remove them. Either way, the ceramic coating protects from things like that, but it'll just be more work. So if you can filter water, that's great. If you don't have a water supply at your home, maybe you're in an apartment or a condo, you can go through something like a self-wash station. As long as you're not using like all of their, you know, the broom to wash your car, you're good. If you bring your own buckets, you fill up water with, let's say, a gallon of distilled water, you can get a Stater Brothers, and then you bring your soap, you bring your wash mitts, and you wash it properly. You just use their sprayer to rinse on your car. That's fine, that's perfectly fine. Foam cannons. We can use a pressure washer or foam cannon. This is recommended, you know, just to make it a little bit easier, but we'll also have some options to hook up to like just a regular garden hose. So this is a foam cannon that connects to the pressure washer. It is recommended, not necessary like I mentioned. This is just gonna help us spray more of the soap that we have here in the bucket onto the paint, so we have extra lubrication. In this case, we're gonna be using a pressure washer. We're gonna be using this foam cannon that attaches to the pressure washer. We have here this little Ryobi pressure washer that you can pick up something like Home Depot, maybe for 100, 120 bucks, which is a great deal. In that case, you can wash your car at home, and if you have filtered water, even better. So this is everything that we need to wash the car, besides actually the pressure washer. So we're gonna take this over there. We have the soap in it. We're gonna fill this up with water right now. In this case, I'm gonna put some diamond bubbles actually in this foam cannon because this thing does foam very well. So usually if you're using a foam cannon for one car, I like to use about like a quarter to half of the foam cannon, which is somewhere around like 400 to 500 milliliters. And then I'll put some soap, probably 1 to 2 ounces, usually per that amount. Same thing for the bucket. We're gonna put in like about 2 ounces for like a 3-gallon bucket. And in this case, we do have like this blending cup up here where we actually, measure it out, but it's not necessary. These bottles all come with a cap. Each cap is always about 1 ounce. So you can fill up 1, 2 caps, drop it in, and then now you have 2 ounces in the bucket. So 2 ounces in the bucket, 1 to 2 ounces in a foam cannon, and then that's the soap that you need for actually washing the paint. So now come with me and we're gonna check out what we're gonna do with these wheels. So now we're actually gonna get started and you're gonna see what we need to clean the wheels first, because we always wanna do wheels and tires first. They're the dirtiest. You wanna get it down off of the wheels so you don't bring it up onto clean paint. So let's get to wheels and tires and we'll see you there. So now we're at the wheel. First things first, we want to make sure that the wheel is cool to the touch. If you can touch it and it's not super boiling hot, then you're good. You're good to start cleaning. If it is hot, rinse it down with some water, slightly. Don't like soak it, because then you'll warp the rotors and metal will, when it heats up and then contracts with really cold, it's not going to land in the same spot, so it's going to be uneven. So I would say either wait for them to cool down or do a very, very light mist of water until they start to cool down slowly. But so they're cool, these are cool, so we're ready to work on them. So all wheels and tires is pretty much going to be the same process. If it's been ceramic coated, if it's been maintained, you won't need anything but this product right here. In the maintenance kits that we'll be providing, this is P&S Brake Buster. This will be included. This is a wheel and tire cleaner. Not only is this going to clean all of these dirty, full of brake dust wheels, but it's also going to clean up these tires and these fender wells. So all we need is this product for the wheels. We're going to spray it in here, shake it up, and it is in the bottles that we are providing in the ceramic maintenance kits. They are ready to use. You don't have to dilute anything. Straight out the bottle, you just open it, and then you can start spraying the wheels. So we start spraying these wheels to clean them up. And usually I like to work the inside of the wheel out first. This is another wheel bucket. I wouldn't say this is recommended or required. This is just for my personal taste. I like to have a bucket with some brushes in there because the brushes, they stay wet. I find it's a little bit better cleaning. So you can always get another bucket if you like for the wheel brushes. So all of these brushes will be linked down below in the description. We have a lot of different options. In the ceramic maintenance kits, I believe we're only going to be providing just a tire brush and this spoke brush. But if you do want to get more into the nooks and crannies, there is a lot more brushes that you can get. For example, we're going to start off right now with this Easy Detail barrel brush. So this brush is actually made to clean the barrels of the wheels, so behind the wheel face. So back here where all of the brake dust really sticks to the wheel. And always best, if you're not using filtered water, or even if you are using filtered water, probably best not to work in direct sunlight, depending on what chemicals you're using. Just to be safe, either really early morning or late afternoon, or to work inside your garage, whatever you can do. So with this brush, we just want to, put it in and out, side to side. So make sure that we get all of the brake dust and get it all cleaned up. So a lot of people ask, do you have to rinse the wheel first? You don't have to rinse the wheel first necessarily, unless, like I mentioned, it is a little bit warm, or if it's hot, let it cool down by itself. So we're always going to start with the barrels first and the wheels first to make sure that we're not going to kick up. For example, if we cleaned up the paint work first and then we left the wheels for last, okay, now we're cleaning up dirty wheels, and then we rinse these off and then it throws up all the dirt back onto the paint that we just cleaned. So best thing is to do it first, and then from there we can do the paint now that the wheels are already clean. So we use this barrel brush right here that you can check down in the description below. For this one, we're gonna use a boar's hair brush. So this is a lug nut brush that you can get in all the cracks and crevices. You can clean up the lug nuts because those build up a lot of brake dust as well. So we're gonna get in here. We're gonna get in all the spokes. These ones do get really dirty. This one, we're gonna clean up the caliper because this is a sport model, so this one is a little bit more exposed. You can see the caliper, it's really nice painted blue. So we can clean this up with this brush right here. Now we can get in all these cracks and crevices. So if you like to, you can use just this brush to clean up all of the spokes. It does take a little bit longer, and it is a little bit hard sometimes to get into some type of corners or crevices. So what I like to do is use one of these wheel mitts. This is made by Auto Fiber as well, link down below in the description. And these ones help out because you can get a little bit better coverage, within your entire hand a lot quicker. So if you don't want to spend as much time with the little brush, trying to get all over the face of the wheels cleaned up and get in between the spokes and everything, you can just use your entire hand with a mitt like this. So this car was ceramic coated. The wheels aren't coated themselves. They have a sealant on them, so they are protected. But the paint was ceramic coated with a Geon Pure coating. So this is usually about like a 3-year coating. And it's looking great on the paint so far. So we're maintaining it, making sure that it's looking really good and it's gonna look the best for the next couple of years to come. So as long as you regularly maintain your car, you're gonna make sure that it's always gonna look good. So same thing, brake buster, we're gonna spray in these fender wells. Fender wells get very, very dirty, caked up with everything that the tires kick up. That's what they get caked up with. So this is an easy detail brush, same thing as the other blue one. This one is the 360. I forgot exactly what it's called, but it'll be in the link down below. This one we can also provide for you. And this one you can use for things like the fender wells. If you don't like to see dirty fender wells, or you want to take care of your car the best way possible, you want to make sure that those fender wells are clean too, because they get very, very dirty. Brake buster, also good for tires. So we're going to spray it on the tires, and then we're going to use this Detail Factory tire brush. So this tire brush is decently stiff, but still flexible enough to get around all of the design and in between the cracks of all of the lettering on the tires. And like I mentioned, in this case, we are using a pressure washer. So we're gonna rinse it down. If you have a hose, whatever it is, we can rinse down the wheel and tire now. We finish up cleaning the barrel, the face, the spokes, the tires, and now we can rinse it. So now we're gonna repeat the same process on all 4 tires. So as you can see, this car is ceramic coated. Look at this water beating. The water just rolls off. So that's how you know your car is ceramic coated. If it looks like that, that means it's still looking really good. If it looks like it's flat, that means that your ceramic coating is either degrading or it's clogged with minerals from washing it improperly. But we're about to get into the wash process. We finished cleaning up the wheels, and now we're gonna finish up with this paint. So here we got the wash bucket with the 2 wash mitts and the soap. I just sprayed it up so it would foam up, and now we're gonna use this foam cannon. So these, I'll link this set down below in the description, and you can hook this up to a pressure washer hose, even like $100, $120 pressure washer will do. It would be fine for this. If you don't have a pressure washer, that's completely fine. I'll try to see what I can do in linking up a garden hose attachment where you can do like some type of foam cannon for a garden hose. I know that they do make them, and it's not really important of what type you use. It's just a little bit easier with the pressure washer, just because you get a better fan spray on the paint and it can rinse off a little bit better. Also, big bonus to pressure washers is that they actually use a lot less water than a regular garden hose. You might think, oh, the pressure, it's so much pressure, it's so much more water than a garden hose. Actually, no. As you can see, this hose is very, very thin. It's pressurized water, so it actually uses a lot less water because it has to pressurize it, and it tries to compress it. It can't, so it just pressurizes it and uses less water. If you use a regular garden hose, it's like a 1/2 inch, 5/8 inch thick hose, and it's just pouring tons of water. Like, you're gonna see water running everywhere. You're gonna use a lot more water, and you can waste a lot more water without getting as much pressure. So when you do more pressure, you always do less water. So with a pressure washer like this, you're gonna use less water. So we've filled up, like I mentioned, about 1 or 2 ounces of your soap, whatever it is that we supplied for you, or whatever it is that you want to get down below in the description below. And we're gonna spray it on the entire car. So we're gonna spray it on here so it starts to break down and loosen up any dirt debris, anything like, any bugs or bird droppings. In the meantime, we'll let it sit and soak, and then we'll rinse it off afterwards. As you can see, the soap is very runny. It is not super strong in this dilution. And also, when it is on a ceramic coating, whatever soap you use, it's usually gonna run a lot more, because the actual ceramic coating itself does not want to absorb or attach itself to any water or soap, whatever it is. Everything rolls off easier. Bugs roll off easier, bird droppings roll off easier. Soap, everything is gonna come off a lot easier, and that's why it keeps your paint a lot cleaner, which is a really great thing. So in this case, it's gonna roll off all of this dirt. You see this is rolling off the paint, and then we're gonna get to washing. Once we get to washing the paint by hand, then there's less contaminants on the paint, so we have less chances of swirling or marring the paint. So we're gonna get to it and let it dwell for a couple minutes. So in the meantime, while the soap is breaking down all the dust, dirt, debris, usually what I like to do is grab one of these Detail Factory curve ball brushes. It's a really big ball brush where you can use this to clean all the cracks and crevices of the exterior while the soap is on there. And then you can get a little bit more clean of a car if you ever find yourself like drying afterwards and then you see like dirt coming out of the cracks or sand still in there that couldn't get out during the wash. You can use something like one of these. I'll link it down below, and this will get the car a lot cleaner than what it would normally would be. So this is a great option if you want to keep your car super clean and get all those cracks and crevices really clean. So the soap itself has been sitting on the paint for about 3 to 5 minutes, and it's broken down a lot of dirt, debris, and it's rolled off the paint actually because it's, you know, ceramic coated. So now we can rinse this off, get the majority of the sand, dirt, dust, debris off, and then we can get into actually doing a hand wash. So now that we rinse it off, we got all of the majority of the dirt off. Now we barely have any dirt or anything like that on the paint. So now we can do a hand wash very delicately and not be rubbing all of the dust and all of the dirt onto the paint, so we get less roll marks and scratches, right? So I'm gonna spray some more soap on the paint so then it's smoother, it lubricates the paint better between the actual wash mitt itself. So when we glide over the paint, if there's any dust, dirt, or anything like that left over, it's not gonna harm or scratch the surface. So we're gonna spray a little bit more soap on and then get to washing. So we have our bucket here full of soap and these wash mitts. So this is exactly our process and exactly what we like to do for our washes. So we're gonna use this mitt right here on the entire right half of this car. So one mitt, all it takes. You only need one bucket. You don't have to waste, you know, tons of water, use a bunch of buckets and buy unnecessary material that you don't need. So biggest thing is, you know, now there's soap on the surface, there's soap in the wash mitt from the bucket, and we're gonna gently, with no pressure, just glide the mitt over the surface in straight lines. Straight lines is key. You don't want to go in the paint and, you know, be swirling it around in motions. If there's any dust or anything like that caught in the mitt, you're gonna get swirl marks. So you want to make sure that you're doing very delicate motions, always side to side, front to back. Imagine the way that the wind hits the car. You always want to go that direction, so parallel to the car. Glass is not as delicate when it comes to the motion that you move the mitt in, because it is a lot harder and it's not as delicate as paint. Paint is very delicate. So we're gonna use this mitt for the hood, for the windshield, the whole roof. Okay, now we use this entire one side on half of the top of the car, right? So now we're gonna flip this over, because now one side is dirty, this other side is clean now still. So we're gonna keep washing the back. We're gonna wash the top of the trunk, straight lines like I mentioned. We're gonna wash, and we'll just wipe over gently all of the glass, all of this A-pillar, B-pillar, very gently, the mirror. Straight lines, no pressure needed. You don't need to fight and scrub everything off. It's not necessary whatsoever, especially because it's a coated car, nothing is gonna stick to it. So as the more delicate you can be with the paint, the better. It is a very soft paint surface. You know, all paint is very, very delicate. So we just finished up 2 sides on the front and the back half of the top of the car, and now we're gonna flip it over. Now we have 2 sides left. We don't need to go back and dunk and dunk and dunk. So we're gonna start here at the back of the car. We're gonna do this back quarter panel. So we're gonna do this back quarter panel, we're gonna do the top half of the back quarter panel, and then we're gonna do the back door. We're gonna do the top half first, because the top half is the cleanest, and now we're gonna do the lower half last, because it's dirtier. Okay, now we did the lower half, this side is very dirty. Now we're gonna flip to the other side, and then do the front door, and then that front fender right there. Front half's first. Make sure you don't get it super dirty, and then bring it up. So we always wanna work from top to bottom. You wash from top to bottom, you rinse from top to bottom, because the top is the cleanest usually and the bottom is the dirtiest. This entire side is done just off of 1 mitt, 4 sides. Now we're gonna move over to the next mitt. So the next mitt is completely clean, and now we have 4 more sides to wash the other side of the car. Straight lines like I mentioned, no pressure needed. You can literally just drag it around, grab it with 2 fingers like I am. Drag it around the paint of the surface, no pressure whatsoever. It's not necessary. You know, I get a lot of questions like, okay, what if I'm in the sun and the water keeps drying on me and I'm gonna get water spots? Okay, the biggest thing, if you're using filtered water, you will not get water spots. If you are not using filtered water, in that case, I would highly recommend washing it by section by section. Let's say, only wash this side of the car right here, and then rinse it, and then wash this side of the car and then rinse it. You can do that. Or you can just wait until it's really late in the day where the sun is going down and it's not as hot, or really early in the day, whichever. or as long as you're in a shaded area, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Regardless, these soaps and these products that we're using right now are very safe in the sun. They're very safe with harder water. They're gonna help to reduce the risk of any type of water spots. So just like the other side, we're gonna do this side. Okay, another question is, what happens if my mitt gets dry? You know, if it's drying out when I'm still not done with this section of the car. If you still need to wash some more parts of the door and your mitt happens to start drying out, you can go back and dunk it in the bucket once more. Because there is a grit guard in there, it's gonna protect the wash mitts and make it a little bit safer for you to go dunk it, rinse it, and then bring it back again. So now we finished up with washing the sides of the car. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna rinse one of these. This is the process that we use. So we rinse one of these once. You can rinse it in here, get all the dirt off, and now we're gonna wash the front of the bumper with one side, and then we'll flip it over and then wash the back bumper. So this is all you need, just 2 buckets. Well, 1 bucket to wash, and then 2 if you want to do, you know, with the wheel and tire. You know, we're gonna do a video on the 3 wash processes that we would recommend using. Some I like more than other, but you can learn the different types of wash processes. Maybe you can try different things and see what you like best. Because this is our #1 wash process. This is our staple wash process that we use every single day in the detailing business. This is also the one I recommend to most people because it is very safe, it's very easy, it's less water, and it's really good for maintenance. For how dirty the normal average car gets, this wash process is usually the best for the scenario. So we washed the front bumper, back bumper, now we're done. Now we're gonna rinse. We already finished washing everything. We're just gonna rinse off the car one more time and then we can get to drying. So we rinsed off all the soap, we washed it already, it's completely clean. Now all we have to do is dry it and do the final touches. So this drying towel is a great one. I will link this one down below in the description. This one is also auto fiber, and pretty much we'll be supplying either one of these or another great drying towel that we recommend in our wash kits. So we always like to do a drying aid in the towel. A drying aid will be something like P&S paint gloss. You'll see this on the screen right now. So we'll probably be supplying that in our wash kits. And as you can see, when you actually ceramic coat the car, it dries off very well, very easily. So we sprayed our drying aid in there. You know, we can use P&S paint gloss, or we're also gonna use something like our P&S honey pot. This is a mixture of 3 different products from P&S. I will link them down below in the description and how to make it. We're also making a video on that, and I'll link that up down below when we do make the video of how to make this, how much it costs, and you can use this to maintain your ceramic coating. You can use this to wipe down your wheels, your door jambs, the paint, everything. So you can use this for everything. This is a great mixture of 3 different products, and this one isn't going to be supplied in the kit. We'll be supplying paint gloss in the kit. It'll help to wipe down the paint and dry it safely while also adding a little bit of gloss and anti-static properties. This does the same thing but a little bit better. So you can make this mixture down below. You can check out the products of how to make it. So how do we dry the car? We're always gonna dry it in the exact same way that we rinse it, that we wash it, everything. So we're gonna do the top first. We're gonna do the top first, and then we're gonna move our way down. So we're gonna dry the top, the roof, the glass, and let's say if it is hot and you're getting some sun, I always recommend drying the glass first actually. For some reason, glass tends to heat up way more, especially when it's tinted because it is darker. On this white car, this black glass is gonna heat up way faster, so you gotta dry this before you dry the paint. Because if the sun bakes through the water and the water isn't filtered and there's any water spots left over, they're gonna be left over on the glass, and on the glass is a little bit harder to get rid of. So on the paint, you do have to worry about water spots when a car isn't ceramic coated, but if it is ceramic coated, you can usually fairly easily wipe them off. So like I mentioned, we're gonna wipe down top to bottom. We're gonna wipe down and dry the entire hood, the roof, the glass. And as you can see, this big towel, you just throw it over the paint. Same thing with the wash mitts. All you gotta do is drag it across the paint. You don't have to use any pressure. You don't have to scrub around or anything like that. There shouldn't be any dirt or anything left over if you washed it properly how we showed in the video. So just throw it over, drag it across, and make sure that every time you use your drying towel, there's not a bunch of dirt or anything like that in there. If it starts getting dirty, you know it's time to wash it. And if you want to learn how to wash towels, drying towels, wash mitts, everything like that, we'll make a video about that. Comment down below if you want to see it, and we'll make a video. So this drying towel only uses for the paint and glass. We're gonna clean all the paint and glass first, and then lastly, we'll dry off the wheels and tires. So a lot of questions I get is, you know, why is it so hard to dry my car? You know, when it's not ceramic coated, it is very hard to dry a car because the water sticks to the paint really hard. But this car, and if your car is ceramic coated, you know that when you grab a drying towel and you throw it over like this and you just wipe it off, all the water will come off. It will dry off 100%. If you're using a good towel that's not clogged and that's not dirty, you're gonna wipe off, you know, like I said, with no pressure, all you're gonna do is wipe off and all the water will come off because it beads so much. That's one of the biggest benefits about ceramic coatings. It's easier to wash, it's easier to dry. As you can see, this whole process looked way too easy. It looked like it's too simple and too good to be true, but it's really that simple when you have a ceramic coating. It's easy to wash as long as you do it properly and you maintain the vehicle and you do it often. If it's really, really dirty, don't let it stay dirty for a month or 2 months. If it's really dirty, wash it, you know, every 2 weeks or however long it takes for it to get dirty. Wash it. So as you notice, I'm wearing gloves. I've been wearing gloves this entire time. These are nitro gloves. I would highly recommend wearing gloves. I would never advise anybody to not wear gloves. Almost all the time, 24/7, I am wearing gloves because I don't want whatever chemicals we're using or whatever stuff we're using to enter the pores of my skin. You know, your skin is very porous. Whatever chemicals you're using and they're getting on your hands, on your legs, on whatever, you don't want them to absorb into your skin. If you wouldn't drink it, that means you shouldn't put it on your skin. Your skin absorbs everything, same thing as you would drink whatever it is. So when it comes to chemicals, products, anything like that, use gloves. I highly recommend them, whether they're rubber, whether they're nitro or latex. Nitro are some of my favorites because they don't tear easily and they're pretty thick. These are, I believe, 8 millimeters. You can pick these up in the link down below on Amazon, and it does help out the channel a little bit, but that helps us make more videos and more content for you so you can see better ways to clean your car and more services that we offer and learn a lot more about detailing. So anyways, we finished drying up and now we're gonna dry the rest of this car with a blower. So this is one of my favorite inexpensive tools to blow dry an entire car. Yes, blow dry. We're gonna blow all the water out, all the cracks and crevices. We're gonna blow dry the wheels and tires. This is not a necessity, but it is highly recommended. This is an amazing tool to have. This is $100 and I believe $12 or $15, like something like that. It's a really, really good tool that will help you dry your car so much faster, so much easier, and you'll be able to make sure that you don't get any water drips from things like your mirrors or anything like that. So we're gonna dry off the wheels, and we're gonna dry off the mirrors, we're gonna dry off the door handles, like in the cracks and crevices of the windows, because a lot of water stays in there. And then when you drive every car, all the water comes pouring out, and you don't want that. So this helps out. If you don't want to get one of these, or you can just use a different separate drying towel made especially for the wheels. Like we color coordinate towels, so our black towels will be able to be used for the wheels. We just wipe down the wheels and take all the water off. But if you do want a best drying action, especially for a ceramic coating, this thing is gonna be amazing. You can check it down in the description down below. It's an amazing tool to have. So if you're liking this video, you're enjoying it, you're learning a lot, leave a like and comment down below if you have any questions or concerns. But anyways, we're gonna keep drying this car. We're gonna finish up. I'm gonna show you how to clean the glass, and stick around to the end if you wanna see all the do's and don'ts of a ceramic coating and how to make sure that it's gonna last as many years as it's supposed to. So we finished drying up and now we're gonna clean up the glass. So to clean glass, we're gonna use P&S View. This glass cleaner happens to be in this bottle right now, but you'll be receiving it in a bottle that looks like this. This is included in the wash kits that we are gonna be providing, but also you can order it online in the description down below. But anyways, it is ready to use glass cleaner. We just sprayed on the glass, and these two towels are specialty towels. They are a little bit better for glass. You can use the regular towels that like you use for paint on glass. They do work fine, but sometimes some people do notice that they may be a little bit linty, or they may get a little bit dirtier quicker. These ones leave a little bit less streaks if you are leaving streaks with the regular towels. With the regular towels, that is what we supply in the kits, but these ones, we will be linking them down below in the description. This one is like a herringbone weave towel that has really, really tight weave. So then in this case, it really doesn't leave behind a lot of like streaks or anything like that. As you can see, it's really, really short pile. But the only downside of these is that they get very dirty very fast. This is a waffle weave towel. As you can see, it looks like a waffle. This helps to dry off the actual the glass cleaner when we're doing it. So we always want to use two towels when we're cleaning glass. We want to use one wet one. So, you know, like I mentioned, we sprayed on the surface, we use one towel wet. This towel is wet. So this is our cleaning towel to get all of the, you know, nasty grime off. And this one is the wet, dirty towel. This one, we're only gonna be using it to buff off any excess product, which in turn will remove any streaks that are maybe left over. So one dry towel, one wet towel. Whatever towels you use, one dry and one wet, you go by that process and you should be fine with glass. So we're gonna do that, we're gonna replicate that. I usually like to work, you know, top down, like I mentioned. So sunroof, windshield, we're gonna do the side windows and the mirrors. So very simple. If you see that the glass starts streaking, that means that you have to switch sides. Maybe the towel's getting a little bit dirty and you should probably switch sides. Also, one other thing, if you do start seeing lint, it is probably the towels. Maybe every window is different. Not all windows are exactly the same in composition and how smooth or hard or rough they are. Some of them, they will grab towels very hard and they're hard to clean. So those, if the towel will lint, it'll lint on those type of windows. In that case, these specialty towels may be a little bit better for you. You always want to try, you know, different things on your car, see what works for you and what works for your car. So now that we washed the paint, there's always gonna be water left over in the door jambs. So now is a perfect time to clean them. They're always really dirty, you know, when it rains, when any water, anything gets in these door jambs, it always comes, you know, off the paint and in through the door jambs. So we're gonna use something like a dirtier, like a yellow towel. These ones are usually that we use for interiors. So these are just regular Costco towels. You can pick these up at Costco. They're the Kirkland brand towels. And we're gonna use this honey pot mixture that you can check out in another video that we're gonna make pretty soon. Or you can use the paint gloss that's gonna come with the kit. That one is a great one. It's completely fine for this application. Both very, very similar products. One of them you can just get for a little bit less in bulk, basically. So the honey pot mixture is gonna be like a gallon mixture that you can make on your own, and it will last you quite a while. So we just spray it into the towel and then wipe down the door jamb, get any of that remaining water, any of that you know, debris and that gunk that's built up in the door jamb, and we're gonna remove that easily. All we're gonna do is wipe it down and no problem. So we're gonna do the same things with the doors, the trunk, to make sure that these are gonna look a lot cleaner. And when we wipe it down with a product like this, they are gonna be now protected with a little bit of anti-static properties, so dust won't stick as easily, and then they're gonna be shined up a little bit. So they're gonna be easier to clean next time around, which is the best thing about it. So every time we wash the car on the exterior, we always want to do this afterwards. It's one of the best steps. So you may be wondering why we have them in these bottles and not the original bottles. Well, they are rebottled just because these are a little bit more tougher and they're better because we are, you know, using them on a daily basis, and we don't want the other ones, you know, to break, leak, or wear down. So these last a lot longer. But this is, you know, just for professional use, absolutely not necessary. The regular bottles that every product comes in is completely fine for the average person. They're not necessary. So these are just, you know, for pretty much industrial, commercial use on a daily basis. If you're not using them every day, nothing to worry about. So now it's time for tire shine. So we cleaned up the paint, now we're finishing up with the tires and the wheels. So we're gonna finish up with these tires, get the tire shine on there so we can protect the sidewalls from the UV rays from the sun. So we're gonna be using P&S Shine-All. Again, this is a repurposed bottle, but it is gonna be in the original bottle that came in the ceramic maintenance kit. This can also be found in the description down below. We're gonna spray this into whatever it is, a brush or an applicator. We're probably gonna be supplying applicators in the kit just because they are a little bit less messy. These ones are a little bit, you gotta be more precise. So you just spray it into the microfiber applicator. You know, you shake all of your products before you use them. You always gotta shake them up a little bit and make sure that they're well mixed. So we're just gonna spread it on evenly, go over it a couple times so you make sure that it's spread on evenly. And then if we get any over wipe on the wheel, we're gonna wipe that down afterwards. So now tires are shined, they look good. You know, you can adjust your shine according to how much you like it. If you want more shine, you can spray it directly on. You can spray a little bit more into the brush or applicator. And if you want a little bit less shine, we can come back with a towel and then wipe off a little bit of the excess, and then we will have a little bit less shine. But anyways, we have some protected sidewalls, and we're gonna do that around the whole car, all 4 tires. So now that we did the tires, we're gonna finish up by wiping off the paint. So if there's any, like as you can see right here, there's a couple drops of dirt that came out of the cracks and crevices when you rinse a car and it was left over. So we're gonna do a final wipe down with the paint gloss or the honey pot mix, whatever. This is basically a quick detailer all around wipe down spray for the full exterior, the door jambs. It's the exact same thing that we use in the door jambs, exact same thing that we used in the to wipe down the paint, to dry the paint. It's the exact same thing. So whichever one, we supply the paint gloss in the self you know, maintenance kits for the ceramic kits, but you can also make the honey pot mix like I mentioned down below in the description. I'll link up a video to it. So we're gonna wipe down the full paint with this, like you know, same thing like the paint. We're gonna do straight lines. We're gonna spray a little bit on the paint, and we're gonna wipe it on, get any dirt, debris off, and we're gonna flip it over and then wipe off any residue or excess. So in that case, we make sure that we're gonna have a really clean, a really good looking ride. So after normal regular washes, you just want to wipe it down with something like the P&S paint gloss or the honey pot mixture like I mentioned before. But around once a month, if you want to take care of the ceramic coating yourself, and make sure you throw on a ceramic topper to make sure that there's a topper on top of the ceramic coating so it can continue to live on a little bit longer. We can throw on something like this. It's P&S Defender. This is an SiO2 protectant. It has a little bit more ceramic in it, so you can spray this on like every other month or every 2 months onto the paint after you wash it, and then you can make sure that the ceramic coating itself is going to be protected a little more with more ceramic. In that case, you're going to make sure that this is going to protect the ceramic coating, and the ceramic coating is going to last a little bit longer. So you can use something like this. It's same thing, you know, a ceramic topper. Spray this on the towel, shake it up, you know, shake it up well, spray a little bit on the paint. Make sure you do not do this in direct sunlight, because this one will streak and you'll have a bad day, because it's very hard to get off the streaks. So wipe on, wet, flip over, and then buff off. You can just wipe it off like this. And if the car is super clean now, you don't have to worry about, you know, getting in more swirl marks or anything. You just want to buff it off and make sure you don't have any residue left over, because that's what causes streaks. So boom, just like that, we can throw this on as well, get some more protection. So the same product that we're using on the paint, door lamps, everything, again, same product. We're gonna spray a little bit in here. This is a black towel. We use black towels for wheels. So, you know, just in case they're a little bit dirtier. So we can do a final wipe down on the wheels as well. Make sure there's no leftover smudges, streaks, anything like that. If you got any wipe over from the tire shine itself, you can wipe it off with the same product and a black towel. Make sure you color coordinate your towels. We like yellow for interior. We like black for wheels and tires. We like blue for the paint and the glass. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So color coordinate your towels so you know what goes with what, and make sure you do not cross mix your towels. Don't use wheel towels for paint towels, because your wheel towels are going to hold a lot more nasty stuff and you don't want to rub that all over your paint. So color coordinate your towels and make sure that you're taking care of your car properly. So there you have it. That's the entire maintenance wash process for a ceramic coated car, whether it's your ceramic coated car that you just got coated with us, or whether you're a detailer and you want to maintain your client's ceramic coated car. This is how you do it properly. This is how you make sure that the ceramic coating is going to last as long as possible. It's very simple but very effective. So we're going to sell these wash kits, or we have all of these different products all in one bucket. So you can have the towels, you can have the right mitts and tools to be able to wash it yourself, and then we can link up, you know, things like the pressure washer and other accessories that are not completely mandatory or necessary, but they do help a lot, you know, to keep your car maintained. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. But anyways, let's get into the do's and don'ts of maintaining a ceramic coating. So let's start off with the negative first, which is very important. Do not drive your ceramic coated car through a car wash. It will very, very quickly degrade your ceramic coating. You're getting really, really dirty, nasty rollers that are very aggressively rolling and rubbing on your paint. It will literally rub off and burn through the ceramic coating just within like 1 or 2 or 3 times of going through a car wash. I would highly advise against that, whether you have a coating or not. Second thing, don't go through a self-wash and then use the soap that they have on their machines and then start using their brooms to wash your own car. I would highly advise against that too. You're gonna put swirl marks and you're gonna put scratches in your car's paint. Use very good wash mitts. If you go to a self-wash, only use the water just to rinse off your car. It's filtered water. That's all I would use it for. Third, don't leave any bugs, water spots, or bird droppings on your ceramic coated car for a very long time. As soon as you see it, get some of that detail spray, the paint gloss or the honey pot mixture, and just wipe it off if you can. You know, spray it in the towel and wipe it off, or wash the car as soon as you can. Make sure that stuff does not stay on the ceramic coating, because it will degrade the ceramic coating. 4, do not go a very long time without washing your car. I would recommend washing it at least bi-weekly, if not once a month if you don't use it too often. So make sure that you don't get a lot of built up gunk and dirt and that sits there for a very long time. 5, do not dry wipe your car. Don't grab a dry towel and just start wiping all the dust off your car. Do not dust off your car. If you wipe your car without any lubrication and you wipe it off, you know, use a duster, use a microfiber towel, whatever it is. If you do it dry, it's gonna hurt your paint, it's gonna damage it, and you're gonna put more swirl marks and scratches, as to where, you know, you could save yourself from that. And only touch your paint when you're gonna wash it with lubrication. So pretty much just touch it the least amount that you can, please. That's how you're gonna save yourself from having to pay more to get it, you know, polished out again and then coated again. So make sure you don't put more scratches or swirl marks than you need to. 6, don't use whatever, you know, dishwashing soap or Dawn dish soap or any type of like foam sponge to wash your car. Highly advise against that. Use a pH neutral soap that we provide or we recommend in the comments down below to wash your car. Do not kill your paint with super strong degreasing chemicals. So that was 7 don'ts for your ceramic coated car. If I forgot any, comment them down below, and if I forget any and I remember them, I'll probably post them down below in the description. I'll list out all of the do's and don'ts of what to do with your ceramic coating. Anyways, let's move over to do's. 1, do maintain your car often. Like I mentioned, you can do bi-weekly, once a month. You can even do weekly. It's not gonna harm your paint as long as you're using the right tools, the products, the chemicals, and the right processes like we just showed you in this video. It's gonna come out, amazingly, and it's gonna look good 24/7. Number 2, do use a finishing product like a quick detailer or spray like we mentioned in the video, like the one that we supply in the product kit, like the P&S paint gloss, or the one that we're gonna mix up the 3 different products to and make the honey pot. So every time you do wash it, you're adding a little bit of protection, and you're gonna do a final wipe down on the entire paint. You're gonna make sure it looks good every single time. You're gonna add a little bit of protection every single time you do wash it, so it looks really good and the ceramic coating stays protected. Number 3, do use the products that we recommend. We're professionals. We do work on ceramic coated cars every day. We do a lot of ceramic coatings ourselves. We've worked with tons of different tools, products, chemicals. We know which ones do and don't work, and we recommend the best and what's gonna give you the best results and the best process and the easiest to work with. So that's why we recommend you what we recommend. Whether you get them through us or through somebody else or through a local detail shop, we greatly appreciate that you follow advice through this video, and we hope that you learn something in terms of learning how to wash your car the proper way when it's ceramic coated. Number 4, do park your car in a garage when you can. If you can park your car inside your home garage, a condo, or if you have apartments that have coverings where you can park your car under, do park your car in there. The more you can limit exposure to the sun, to the elements, to rain, to bird droppings, the longer that your ceramic coating is gonna last on your paint. So do protect it, do keep it in your garage. That's a great tip to keep your ceramic coating intact for longer. Number 5, do get your car maintenance by a detailer. Whether it's us or whether you're somewhere else and you want to get another detailer to take care of your car, do get it detailed and maintained. For example, we like to do a maintenance detail on ceramic coatings about every 3 to 6 months depending on the driving conditions, and make sure that we exfoliate the paint, we remove any gunk that builds up on the actual ceramic coating itself, and then we throw on a little bit of a topper. Besides that, we do an annual retouch up of the coating, so we're going to throw on a lighter version coating onto the paint as a topper to make sure that the coating just keeps going on longer and longer. If for any reason the ceramic coated car does build up swirl marks or any type of scratches over time, we can always do a maintenance polish for a ceramic coating. We can use a polish that actually cuts a little bit of swirl marks off while leaving some ceramic behind more. So we can do like an annual maintenance polish as well with an annual recoat, so we can make sure that the ceramic coating lasts as long as possible. So do get your car maintained by a detailer to make sure that it's gonna last as long as possible. Number 6, do wash the towels and all of the mitts that you use on your car's paint to make sure that it's not building up a lot of dirt and contaminants, so you can make sure that the paint is going to look as good as possible and you're not going to put in more swirl marks and scratches. If you want to see a video on how to wash your towels and microfiber wash mitts and things like that, comment down below and we'll make a video about it showing you exactly how to do it. And no, it's not the same as washing clothes. You're not going to use regular detergent or fabric softener. You're going to use a special microfiber detergent. Number 7, do like this video and subscribe if you want to see more, so you can see how to take care of your ceramic coated car even better. And if you want to learn more about detailing, you can learn more about it, see the more other services that we do, other things that we offer, how we detail, and how you can detail as well. So again, my name is Mike with Reynoso Auto Detailing. Comment down below if you found this super helpful, if you learned something, and if you have any input for me, or if you have any questions or something I missed, comment it down below. And if you want to keep up with the business on a daily basis, you can also follow us on Instagram at Reynoso Auto Detailing, all lowercase, exactly the same as my YouTube handle. So make sure to subscribe to see a lot more stuff coming and how to make our honey pot mixture. That is going to be one of the best videos that we make, because it's such a good way to make a quick detailer for your paint that's super safe and very cost effective. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you're having a great day and you're enjoying having a beautiful ceramic coated car. And now you know that you're able to maintain it yourself in terms of washing the car and keeping it looking clean. But if you want to save yourself all the time, hassle, and having to deal with all the products and things like that, if you're in the Inland Empire or Riverside County, you can hire us to detail your car. We also do maintenance programs, so we can come out there bi-weekly to wash your car, or we can do once a month as well. So we do maintenance programs if you don't want to wash it yourself and spend all this time. But anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.